Hi, my name is Brant Phillips, and I want to share some tips on how to respond if your house has water damage. What do you do? What do you not do? And first and foremost, if you're currently in that situation, I empathize for you and with you because I know it's not an easy situation to be in. I live in Houston, Texas, and obviously I'm in the real estate arena, so I've personally owned properties that have unfortunately experience water damage from flooding and from plumbing and pipe bursting and things like that. So first and foremost, I'd like to say, your initial response is very, very important. Those first 48 hours after flooding or water damage can really go a long way in help reducing losses and reducing cost in the long run. So as soon as water has receded, and that's very important, to let the water recede for you before you begin to attempt to do any repairs. There could be electrical voltage going through the water, so you want to be very, very careful about that. But once the water recedes, I would encourage you to begin taking pictures and or video. I found it's very effective rather than taking a bunch of pictures to take a cell phone or video camera if you have one and go through the entire property, start from the outside, the exterior, work to the interior. And what I always have people on my team when we go out and look at properties with video, I say look up, look down, look all around, right? So you want to pan to basically cover every square inch if possible. You want to get all those details recorded. Do that after receded before you start the remediation, and then after you've removed items from the house, sheetrock and things like that, then I would encourage you to go back and do that same thing again, because if you have the video, you can take screenshots via computer or with your phone very easily. You want to start making an inventory list. I would contact your insurance company as soon as possible and get the what they're going to require from you, which is going to probably be pictures, video, and an inventory list. They may provide you some type of spreadsheet, or a lot of times these days they have an app where you can go on from your app and list essentially everything from every nook and cranny of your home and corner of your home that's been damaged or flooded. I know it can be a very emotional experience with in terms of particular clothing items, furniture, bedding, things like that. But water absorbent materials, you want to really get those outside as soon as you can. Some will be able to be salvaged, some won't. For insurance purposes, it's maybe best just to put items like that you're not sure about or that can easily begin to mildew and begin to create mold into your garage and like the backyard and things like that. But you never know about inclement weather. If you're, just depends on your neighborhood. If you want to put that out in the front yard, if it's like from a plumbing leak, you probably want to keep it in the backyard. If it is a flood and the whole neighborhood's flooded, then you're going to see furniture all over the place. So just do whatever you need to do in that situation. Sheetrock, any sheetrock that's damaged, obviously that got flooded, is going to need to be removed. That should also be considered of utmost importance and priority, because that will begin to, it's fertile ground for mold and mildew, obviously. So you want to do with that, get that out as soon as possible. Same with your furniture that is solid wood. I would encourage you to get that out as soon as you can. If you just can't, I understand that. You want to take steps to fight mold and keeping that furniture preservable. So you want to get as many fans and dehumidifiers as possible. Just a quick note about dehumidifiers. They suck up a lot of water very, very quickly, so you will want to make sure that you have somebody, yourself or someone else, that can empty your dehumidifiers very, very regularly. When it comes to cleaning mold and items that you're concerned about, I recommend just get if you can get something like off the shelf that for sure that is approved, because I've seen people like mixing ammonia and bleach and things like that. You don't want to do that or create your own concoction. So try to find over the shelf type of cleaners. Now, whether you are looking to sell your home or repair it and move back in, and whether that's going to be a quick process or a long-term process, even if you're working with the insurance company and money is not an issue getting the repairs done, I would highly encourage that you get an inspector come out, one who is mold remediation certified, to come out. There's, depending on what state you're in, there's a mold remediation inspection report that you can get. And anytime that you're going to remediate, I would highly encourage you to spend a few $100s and get that report done to make sure there's no active mold spores, and that you have basically a clean bill of health to put that house back together. And one, it's for your own peace of mind. Number two, whenever you go to sell that property, whether it be a year or 10 years down the road, that's something that you want to have. We've bought a lot of properties over the years that have been flooded, and that's part of our protocol. And it's something that we can it's a documentation that we can provide to the future buyer to give them peace of mind that we remediated the right way. So I'd highly encourage you to do that. If you are looking to improve your home, make those repairs and resell it as quickly as possible, you got to think about, a hurricane can be, pretty overwhelming to people. And the thought of buying a flood home, is not something that every buyer is going to want to do. But, we have, purchased and resold a lot of water damaged homes. So I would encourage you, fix it up nice, and just, you want to remove all those signs of water damage. Not that you're covering anything up, it's that you're fixing it the right way, but you want to take just kind of those, any remaining remnants of that are visible, you want to get rid of them. For example, I've seen people going to sell a home in an area that was flooded, that everyone knew it was flooded, but the pressure washing that they had done wasn't even done, or done well enough where you could still see remnants, on the exterior brick, for example. You just want to remove any of those eyesores and areas like that are left over from the flood. And a lot of people, especially if you have flood insurance, you may just decide that selling, fixing that home up and moving back in is not something that you want to do. You don't want to take that risk of being flooded again, or just the emotional distress is too much, or you don't want to fix it up and resell it. So we are cash buyers, and I'm also a real estate agent. So if that's if you're in that unfortunate situation where you have a property that's flooded and you'd like to discuss further kind of what your options are, or just have a conversation, pick my brain, ask me any questions about your situation, I'd be glad to help. Just feel free to reach out with me, and we can schedule a time to talk. You can call me at any time that's convenient for you. So I hope that helps if you're in this unfortunate situation owning property that's been water damaged, and I wish you all the best.